Hello everybody, this is Simon with Let's Play Sonic Unleashed. If you remember, I've already shown how to get to Act 2 of Empire City, however it is one of the hardest challenges in the game after all, so let's try again with the lightspeed dash, and it doesn't help actually, you are meant to air dash here, air boost, so let's try that again, and oh, I hit the boost button a little too late. Okay, now this time however, I hit it immediately and oh yeah, maybe now. Okay, you actually do have to hit these rainbow rings and finally we can start the stage. Wow, that was embarrassing. I could have cut all of this out, but I like laughing at myself and I hope so do you. Anyway, this level is actually quite fun because it is very abstract, reduced and mostly just pure platforming, which is just the way I like it. The main gimmick, if you want to say that it is one, are these narrow platforms here. You are basically just boosting straight forward on them, and the game is basically presenting you with a balance beam exercise, except that you're not the Werehog, so it's much easier, because Sonic usually just has a camera directly behind him, you know, that's not that big of a problem. Speaking of cameras, I think I tried to turn it around and it didn't work, so I have to slowly inch backwards so that his insane acceleration doesn't get me going far too fast while I go for the videotape. Then I don't hold forward fast enough. That is a thing that is going to haunt me, is I keep going through this stage, so we will have to go back for this moon medal. Not a problem not getting all of them anyway. Okay, so homing attack chain up here, up there into the ring. Oh, I didn't hold forward enough and or I didn't hit the boost in time. So whoops, let's try that again. Doesn't matter. As I said, it is not a big deal to replay parts of these levels. Very short. Keep going straight forward here, up there, boost again, up here again, and these ones, just ignore them. It's fine, you probably have enough momentum. Anything in here? Yep, there is. Excellent. And straightforward again. Here, let's just keep going. Left, right, jump, done. Okay, so, as I said, extremely straightforward, extremely abstracted, very easy to sight read in my opinion. Like, I don't think I have played this level before, so you have genuinely seen my very first attempt at it. And, as I said, pretty easy. So, replay, I immediately screw it up, because, of course, the first time is always going better. I don't even know why I don't just record every first try at every game. So I just screwed up occasionally here, just jumping at the right time when I did it immediately the first time. I don't know, it's a very weird phenomenon. I've talked about it before, it just keeps happening. Or here is like just a little slip up, maybe I'm impatient, I don't know. It's just these weird little things that, yeah. And here at this point I noticed, wait a second, didn't I just boost past the sun medal? Yep, I did, so let's get it, indeed. But it is actually quite hard to get it in the jump itself, so now actually the timing aspect of these hammers does come into play. They're quite goofy, aren't they, by the way? And align the camera again, and straightforward enough. Okay, excellent, cool. Now we have all the medals, so we just need to finish it up. Don't need to finish it up, but I choose to. And now only thing that is remaining is the S rank, so let's see how I do for that. Because yeah, this again, just an A rank, but it's really easy to get an A rank here. Apparently I died all the time and still got fun the first time. Pay no attention to these mistakes. Now we start from the start, so yep, this is the S rank run, and dare I say, looks a lot better than what we've seen before, because pulling this one here off in one fell swoop just looks and feels amazing. As I said, great stage here, lightspeed dash there, straightforward dash, almost don't make it, but I know that there are bounces at the end, so I'll just take those here, up there, jump at the right time, excellent air boost to extend, so there is a little bit of leniency, I do like that. You don't have to be all that super exact, like this is basically a ROM hack stage, remixing elements, but it's fine if you're not like 100% perfect. And here, left, right, left, as I said, delay long enough to get the 10 rings, get an extra life here as well, just as a nice bonus, why not? And I go over 100,000 points. S rank, easy enough, simple, and once again would be another 3-minute video if there weren't a bunch of side quests to do, because we're not done with Louie. And he will see us tonight. That is a threat, not a promise. Any news from you, Shadi? He is still worried. Anything new from you? Yep, she is also still worried, and we will see what happens the night off, because yep, we have been invited to various activities at night. Starting maybe, yep, with Louie. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Not that I do want to see him. There he is. Hi. Yep. Which girl did I escort so far? Can you elaborate, please? No? Okay, bracelet to the lady. This is a very flimsy mistake for something to do, but it's fine. It's another night stage up here, you know, they're repurposing the level. Now we are actually in a part of the level that is part of the main level, but now recontextualized as having the time limit, so this kind of makes this maze part here a little bit more interesting, as it is basically delaying me. But once again, as usual with these levels, the timer doesn't matter at all. Like, this is not tight. The daytime levels, yes, there are some of the missions where you really have to hurry and struggle, but for the nighttime ones, I'm just completely ignoring the timer at all times, and it absolutely does not matter in the slightest. Like, I usually have over a minute to spare, even if I screw up a little. Like, here, like, was this all? Did I just have to beat all the enemies to open the dark door? Yep, exactly. Anything else back here? Yep, the level assets are loaded back in for the other parts of the level, but we're not going to go there. This is the way forward, so that's fine. Okay. Wait a second, can I not just speedrun tactics? Yep, but I didn't get the grabbing on prompt for some reason, so yeah, let's try that again. You don't even need to do the speedrun tactics. It was just really weird. I don't know why it's screwed up, but I'm just going to choose that this was not my fault for trying to be too fancy. It's always fun to blame the game instead. Alright, let's just ignore that ever happened, and then I had to redo the first combat part. You don't need to see that again. Charging up here. Excellent, didn't even get rid of his shield, that's weird, so that's why I usually prefer to do the straightforward charge attack. Get the hell out of here. Or not. It was a bit awkward, but okay. Oh, there's a big boy up there, remember that guy? Yep, that's our final challenge, because we have to bring the bracelet to our lady. This is looking difficult to get. It was. Let's skip over the first part again and do this here correctly. Yep. Not trying for that again. You can't even grab on safely here, so they definitely knew that there was something up with the challenge here. Anyway, I collected enough unleash juice so that I can do this. Block here. I don't think it actually helps blocking the shockwave, but I was really close to the enemy, so for some reason it missed me, so that's fine. Because as you can tell, it didn't actually get rid of any of my shields, so there was just something about being stuck in his hitbox or something. This is worth a whole bunch of experience, so I don't know if you're willing to grind, maybe. But if you're playing this version of the game, you probably have all of the DLCs as well. And as I've been told, there is one DLC mission which is very good to get all of your levels in. Speaking of levels, let's spend a few of them, because it's been a while since you got some new moves. So let's check out what the tricky tornado uppercut and the tricky something else, please show me, because I didn't memorize those, wild whirlwhip. That's not tricky, but it's same idea. And we are going to see those in this video. So yeah, we are still not done with our final mission for love. Then, anything else you have to add? Very nice. Pansexual representation. Goodbye forever. Okay, so let's see here. Shadi, anything you could help to make a better quest happen? Yeah. Should we not do this at the day? Because, you know, I'm much faster in the day. The Werehog is not really known for... whatever, let's just go for it. Okay, so new skills, let's check them out. Nothing here. In the straight attack, in the hook attack, nope, not really. Aerial attack, oh, we're actually done with aerials, especially those two that I will never use. Missile punch, oh, wild whirlwhip, there we have. While guarding, interesting, completely new. Let's see, hooking back, yep, okay. That's a quick attack like this, and here, and, oh, this just deleted Sonic from existence. Yeah, I had to restart the game, it just crashed. It's very weird. Now I'm a bit wary, but I am still going to use them, and there was no further issues, so... because I just restarted the game, I was a little bit frazzled. I was like, what do I actually do? Oh, right, yeah, you have to go here. We have seen this before, like last episode, but that was a last recording session for me. I don't always do this at the same time in a big chunk, because I like taking breaks and saving in between. So yeah, just completely forgotten. Whoops. Anyway, let's try this out. Here, hold back. Okay, so that's not bad, because it does come out rather quickly, has a huge AoE, and it deals decent damage. And this one here, yup, killed this guy in basically one hit. That's nice, but the slowdown, boy, the slowdown takes forever. And I can already suspect that if I don't hit it correctly, yeah, I will hit this small fry and not the big one, and probably not even properly pull him in the air if I'm not aiming for him correctly. Then I will get the slowdown and nothing to show for it, so I don't know if I'm going to put these into the regular rotation, but we will see in practice how it's going to go. Okay, if you haven't noticed, by the way, we are still in the not in the actual main level part of the level, so they have basically reused these now 3 times just for these side missions, which is honestly getting a little boring because we are yet again just destroying a bunch of enemies on a rooftop, and as these are mostly Dark Gaia enemies that are always pretty much the same, mostly just punching bags, let's be honest here, there is not much interesting variety here. Like the robots with the shield, at least you immediately know that they have a shield. What is happening here? Why is it slowing down? I don't actually know what kind of move I just made. And here they just block randomly, so you have to do the uppercut things, and yeah, as I said, the robots are much more interesting to fight because you can ignore the shields, you can back them away, and you can go behind them. It's a lot more dynamic. Here, if they are blocking, they're blocking, so use the sky uppercut or just wait, and yeah. So, okay, finally we have done this, unlocked this, and at this point I'm like, okay, this was a bit boring, so let's make sure that I don't screw up the platforming here. Let's log in. Yep, like so. Correct timing. Nope, that was not the correct timing. God damn it. Moron. Idiot. Completely my fault. Like, you even have the safety grab on the side of the platform. You get a free medal here, nothing specific, super dangerous or challenging. It was just me getting completely locked into my brain, like, oh yeah, I have to make this jump or I have to redo the whole combat section, and yeah, that was true. But of course you don't get to see that because why would I bore you with my mistakes? Not my philosophy. Anyway, nothing more to show here. We go to the day and we have a very little Kate, and she also needs some helping out, so we are once again going to look for Dev Big, who is constantly hanging around in dangerous places in the city and unavailable. God, I wished if I looked for somebody at my job I had a hedgehog who is just willing to run around the entire building going like, hey, can you please call Simon back? That would be very nice. Anyway, you can't go that fast at the start, even though this is a 30-second time limit. Maybe take it a little bit slower, though I am definitely doing my best to ignore my own advice here. Yep, up here, and we are forced to go on this more dangerous side path here, the same that I took originally as well. The enemies are also more dangerous. If you remember, they were fan enemies here in the original. I took the hit because otherwise I would have died, but that's fine, doesn't really matter. Up here to skip a bunch of the level, that will definitely help me with the timing, because otherwise probably wouldn't have reached him in time. And that's basically it. The very short one, a bit disappointing. I feel like they could have done a little bit more with that, extended a little bit more. But on the other hand, then it would have gone into the first Louie day mission, so whatever. Alright, so another happy customer, but now we of course have 2 people competing for Dev Big's audition. So what do we do about this situation? Well, we're just gonna reload the world a few more times, talking to people, and we'll see if we can't finish up this side quest like that. Spoilers, we can. So let's go further on, go back to night, and let's see what has changed. Now they are together, and they're both worried about who is going to be the next superstar. Wonder if there's going to be a simple solution for this. Occam's razor? Cutting the Gordian knot? I don't know. So something that was really a bit annoying here is that I definitely ran past the spot where Dev Big is now before, but he only spawns if you talk to the 2. Like, I even went back in the footage, it's like, no, he's only there if those 2 have asked you to talk to him. And yeah, so we are going to help him decide by just talking to him again. Screwed up here by talking to them again, I'm pretty sure. Just have to talk to Dev Big again. Yep, the home hog. And we are going to do a side quest that is strongly reminding me of a similar one in Battle Network 2, where you have to do a rapping battle minigame. which is absolutely amazing. And I actually failed it at the start once. This is just a practice. So don't worry about it. It's going to show it to you in all glory, because then we have different lines as well, because as usual for these quiz style things. Yeah, just gotta shut up for a second and you can marvel at these rhymes. I don't know what to rhyme to this. That was so weak, so dry as bone. I feel devastated. Anyway, let's try it again. Passe and way, I guess. Do not call him Hedgepig. Yeah, yo, synced up. Oh my god. What a brilliant solution. Okay. So I really like this side quest chain where you first have to work with one, then with the other, and then you work with Dev Big himself in a very, very humorous way. And we have a very nice resolution for both of them. And let's not forget that just in order to do this, we had to help out Shadi in Shamar as well. And then follow him here, and then involve Kate, and so on. It's a very, very involved thing. And I think it is quite interestingly designed throughout the whole thing. So one thing that I was curious about is, what about Shadi's dad? Can we tell him that his son has made it and is going to have a music career? But it appears that no, sadly not. He's just gone from Shamar. That's a bit sad. Anyway, thank you very much for your attention.